so today I am making a little tomato basil. I'm using the tomato basil soup to make a tomato basil, kind of like a focaccia for my sandwiches. Because I'm making a really good chicken pesto sandwich tonight, and I felt like having a little bread to kind of serve it on. What I've done is I added the tomato basil soup mix in here with 1 tablespoon of water and like a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of egg beaters and a ½ teaspoon of baking soda. You're going to mix it all up till it's about that consistency right there. You'll see it's a little pasty, a little fluffy. You could do either little like slider type blobs that look like little meatballs, or I'm using this because I just used it and then made a separate batch, so I'm just going to reuse my paper. It's all pammed up. Spray a couple little spritzes of Pam on there. And then I think I'm going to make 1 giant roll instead of making a couple slider rolls like I had originally planned. The reason being is that this one you can kind of either slice up if you want, and that way you're not using your entire meal replacement. That way you can space it out a little bit better during the day, so you're not using a meal replacement and then the protein and the veggies on top of that. This way you can go ahead and just have 1 little bread. You can slice it, use it open-faced, however you want to do it. And I will come back when this is done and I'll show you how to make the finished product. While I'm waiting for the bread to finish, I wanted to show you how I'm going to make the remaining part of the sandwich. I grilled some chicken on the grill, just about that big, and I do that because that way I can cut the roll in half, cut it in half and then cut it in quarters and only use half the sandwich, so it's really only about half of the meal replacement. I've also roasted on the grill some red pepper, and you can use 1 or 2. 2 would probably be about your 1 serving of vegetables. Then what I'm going to do is I use the Knorr pesto mix. I use about a teaspoon of it with about a teaspoon of olive oil, and you're just going to, I'm going to mix that up right now. So let's see if I've got a teaspoon. A little teaspoon of this mix. You want to be careful with this mix. It can get a little salty if you use too much of it. So just kind of use whatever you need, and don't go overboard. Got a little bit of the pesto in there. I used about that much. And then I just add in a little bit of the olive oil. And then you just kind of mix it up. You don't want too much olive oil, but that will be your fat, one of your fats. Mine chicken and my roasted red pepper are cold because I grilled them and then put them in the refrigerator, but this will all come together a lot better if you have it hot off the grill, because the Parmesan all the flavors kind of zoom together, and it comes out really well. So all you're going to do is you're going to spread that pesto right on top of your chicken breast. I put it on the chicken breast and not on the bread so that it won't absorb into the bread. And as soon as we are back with the bread, I will finish it up for you. I'm back, and I just wanted to show you, I just pulled this little guy out of the oven. He's so cute, almost looks like a little scone or whatnot, but he's going to be our tomato basil focaccia. And this is the chicken breast that I prepped. It's the chicken breast with a little pesto spread, Parmesan cheese, about I use a teaspoon, and then the roasted red pepper from the grill. Instead of the pesto, if you want to save your fat for the day, you could use 1 cube of Laughing Cow cheese of your choice, and that way you would save the fat and the condiment, the parm and the pesto. It is still part of your fat. It's a half of a fat because 2 wedges of Laughing Cow is 1 fat, so just keep that in mind. You can also use, if you don't want to use the chicken, or you're sick of chicken, or you just want to use something different, you could also use the tomato basil pizza burger from Morningstar. You're allowed 2 of these, but I would use the 1 since you're using the meal replacement in the bread. So what we're going to do now is we're going to cut this guy up. Let me get a bread knife, and we're just going to pop him off here, move him onto the counter. Make a little space. And then I am probably going to, it's really not high enough. Sorry, you can't see how. It's really not high enough to cut. If you pile it a little bit higher or use a little bit more baking powder, it might puff up just a touch more. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use this guy, and I may even do this open face, but I think what I'll probably do is cut it in half this way. See, so you can see. Now you could even make a little pizza out of that. You know I love my pizza. You can make a little pizza out of that. And but what I think I'm going to do is I will probably take the bigger half, the bottom part, and I'm going to cut that in half. Okay? And because I've got kind of a big piece of chicken, so you're left with 2 of these. Obviously. Oh, mine just broke, but it's okay. It's all going to the same place, so it's okay. But it's going to kind of look like that. And all you're going to do is you're going to take your chicken. Now the chicken obviously is going to be bigger, but you know, you can set it on there and it'll still feel like you actually got to eat a sandwich. Like I said, mine broke, but so there you have it. And my plate's a little bit messy, but it's a really nice sandwich. I serve it either with zucchini fries, which I do in another episode. They're really easy, or you can. Tonight I'm having it with a salad and broccoli, so steamed broccoli. So you've got your lean and your green. So just make sure if you're using the meal replacement to make the bread, make sure you alter your meals throughout the day so that but you're still on the plan and that you're still on target. So good luck. I hope this helps you and I hope you enjoy.